You are listening to the Gate 7 International Podcast, a podcast connecting Olympiakos fans from Melbourne to Baltimore, from London to Piraeus. We are 4 Olympiakos fans from every corner of the world, bringing you news and interviews of the team you love in English. With new episodes twice a week, you'll never lose the latest updates and stories of the team you love. This is our team, our city, and our land. Man Aoniro Trello. You're listening to the Gate 7 International Podcast.
Hello.
Are we live?
Kalispera. We are live, Lambros. We have people in the comments. We are here. We allowed the viewers to watch a bit of Panathinaikos. I believe they lost. I didn't watch the game.
Thank God they lost. It was
so we're here good. A bit after the game. Lovely, very exciting match day of Super League fixtures. We are the Gate 7 International Podcast. My name is Peter Thompson. I'm here with my co-host Lambros, and we actually have a special guest. Another reason that we waited a bit. One of the Olympiakos players is here with us. We've got Henry Onyekuru, everybody. Henry Onyekuru is here. He's here with the podcast, and he actually brought his friend Ushenu Ba. Ba is here as well. You need a lot of winter coats. You need a lot of winter coats up here. Ronnie Lopez couldn't make it, unfortunately, but
oh no.
Oh my God. Anyway, guys, just jokes, of course. Some people are getting upset, but guys, respect Ba. Ba needs to respect this. Anyway, we'll get into it later. But yeah, at the end of the day, we win 4-1. To be fair, could have been 4-2. But it's nice to see the team looking to be clicking a little bit more, even if it's just against Apollon. Definitely seems like improvements have been made since the last weekend's game. Great to see Masouras back in the team. Great to see Tiquinho getting on the board with a couple goals. Hopefully this maybe means something happening for the team here. Kunde played great, in my opinion. Lambro, what did you think of the game? Did you enjoy watching?
Yeah, it was enjoyable to watch. I thought we came out very strong. Team looked much better, in my opinion. Tiquinho looks good tonight. Kunde had a great game. I thought we started off well with him. Also, I thought Oleg had a decent showing, in particular. Yeah, I'm trying to think back. I just finished watching that Aris Panathinaikos game, so that's a bit in my head now. What an interesting shit show of a game that was. But no, I thought some decent performances. I thought the team performed well as a team. A good win, a win we kind of needed. So happy for the team.
Yeah, well, and it started off, we were just absolutely dominating them. We got the early goal through Masouras. It was coming. As you said, Oleg, I thought looked really good, especially with the ball. Like the crosses, I swear to God, they're looking better every day, Labro. It's amazing. Just get a little confidence in this guy's brain, and he's starting to nail him a little bit on the crosses. And we definitely, it's not a perfect performance, as we'll get into. We didn't keep the clean sheet. I want a goddamn clean sheet for once. It seems like we can never keep a clean sheet anymore, but definitely strides made in the right direction. We had a lot of the ball. I'm sure Adi will come out with the stats in a day or so when the analytics drop from Y-Scout, but definitely a very, very much needed game. I actually enjoyed watching this, whereas against Lamia, I wanted to just cover my eyes and wish for it to be over. Costa's coming in. He says, "Big up, boys." That was more like it today. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I think Lambro, you hit the nail on the head. Kunde, we need to see more of this player. He's very talented, especially, if Mvila needs to be taking his time back to get with the team, if Madi can use some rest. And we have to say Bouchalakis needs some rest as well. He's been playing a lot recently. I kind of hoped he maybe would get the day off today. But Kunde, top player. We saw Smyrnis for a bit. Smyrnis looked good in his little substitute appearance. Definitely want to see more of him. against these teams in Greece. And Tiquinho, is this his first official goals for the club besides friendlies?
Yeah, it's his first.
There we go.
So. Yeah,
and you could see what it meant to him, Lambros, when he scored his first one.
Who was it? The assistant coach.
Who did he go over and hug? I forget who.
The assistant coach. What's his name? I think his name is Antonio Henriquez.
Yeah, Henriquez. Yeah, that was who it was. Went over. He was very emotional. Great to see him. And that just like he brings that aerial presence, and really nice to have that on set pieces. And then that third goal was just like manhandling the poor Apollon defenders. Like they're not going to be able to do anything about that. So we love to see it as well. Really happy with how Tiquinho's turning out. Hopefully he keeps this up, Lambros. It looks like he's going to be very sufficient to, at least be second striker, maybe come in and start playing a lot more.
Yeah, I think Tiquinho is very interesting. It's a bit early for this. Tiquinho,
that is a take. That's a
hot take. That's a hot take.
We'd love that to happen,
Catholic
but we got to see a bit more, I think.
I enjoyed Tiquinho tonight, and I think the biggest thing that came for me is the positioning was very strong. And one of the biggest things about El Arabi and some of the reasons he scores so many goals is he's always in the right position. So Tiquinho tonight was in great positions throughout, winning headers, getting to the end of places, crashing the goal. Exactly. There was a chance where I think Agi Bukamara who was it? Kunde took a long shot and the goalkeeper fumbled it a little bit. And Tiquinho, if he just fumbled it a little more, would put it away. You love to see that. I really think he's a good player. I think he's a valuable asset to be had. And I know discussions were had even on Demis Casaris' podcast on Zosimar, whether Tiquinho can play as a solo striker. Some people were saying no, blah, blah, blah. I think he can really. No. I think he can play as a solo striker. I think he's fine. I don't know. I have no worries about Tiquinho moving forward. Really, I just the movement, the link up play. He's a strong player in that department, and that's something we didn't have with Hassan. So it's very nice to have. And he just needs more games. He didn't play football for like 7 to 8 months because of the catastrophe he went through in China with the team being a shit show and blah blah blah. Got released, wasn't playing, whatever. Who knows what happened there? So I'm not worried about Tiquinho. I'm really more worried about the wing play. I thought Yorgos Masouras showed us what we've been missing in a winger while he's been out.
So bad. We needed him so bad.
That in the first minute, if you remember, he made a run and put in an excellent cross to Tiquinho. It was like, Jesus Christ, we hadn't seen that in like 3 matches. So I don't know. It just.
Masouras actually one of the most underappreciated players in this team. I think, he has his ups and downs, and people give him so much shit. And maybe it's because he's Greek and people have high expectations for him. But for this team as it is right now, nobody can do what he does. I've already made my feelings clear about the wingers on this team. Just not enough. Maybe we did see from Vrusai to get on and score a goal. That adds on to, that's 2 goal contributions in 3 games where he appeared on as a sub, if I'm not mistaken, with the assist to Oleg in Europe. And so, and he could have had another one as well, to be fair. He got close and got a good opportunity, but ended up just shooting it straight at the goalkeeper. So, I mean, it's obviously early, but I would love to see more from him because Henry Onyekuru does nothing and Vrusai comes on and does something. So,
that was good for Vrusai to get a goal. That was classic Vrusai, nice touch, brought it down, smashed it.
Like the old days a little bit.
Felt
I don't want to jinx it, but it felt
Marseille. You remember the game against Marseille away where he played really well, and then he scored against Ike, I think, right before Christmas.
Was it against Manchester City when he came on and drilled past 5 people at the end of the game? That was sick. Oh man, yeah.
Hopefully we get prime Vrusai back.
Real deal.
Hopefully,
that would be really fun.
It's there's a lot of positives going out of tonight, and we have to say again, it's Apollon. No Lelujo walking through the door saving them, as me and Peter like to say. Football Manager friends, follow that dude on YouTube. His videos are hilarious, but
world class.
But I don't know. It was I was kind of expecting this game after Thursday night when I was like, this is the turning point. You know what I mean, Peter? And then,
Yeah. Well, I'll
like,
tell
that
you
would have
what,
made my
Labro.
take Thursday night so much better, if this would have been the performance. But yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, like, I think, it's cliche, but I think it matters that we were back in Karaiskaki today. In a beautiful pitch in Athens with the fans at our back, making noise, supporting the team. I think, we could say that maybe that helped out as well. Of course, Martins, I think, was very upset after the Lamia game. He felt the pressure and maybe, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but maybe he, had a very stern week or a few days of training. And today the fans were chanting Pedro Martins' name in the stadium. So
yeah, that was a huge point. That was huge. And that wasn't just any fans. That was Gate 7. That was organized fan behavior. So I don't know. That was organized before the game. I promise you. I think there has been an evaluation by the supporters at the higher level of the supporters of Olympiakos that we need to get behind Pedro Martins. The whistling and booing is not going to help. And you could tell tonight was a really positive atmosphere from the start. The early goal really did help, but you could feel there was no whistling or jeering players. The singing of Pedro Martins' name. I know that happens sometimes, but it's
not something you see very much in Greece.
It's
especially
not
for
all the time. Yeah,
expectations are so high.
And the singing of Martins happened like 4 times. It was almost like organized. I don't want to say it was like for sure organized, but I have a gut feeling that there was some talk of like, let's do it now, let's do it this. So it was very nice. I really thought it was tonight demonstrated to me again like how important fans are at this club and football in general. Pedro Martins and the team going into an empty stadium and reading all the newspapers and the social media, maybe it would have been a bit different. Maybe the mood would have been a bit more sour, but the uplifting of the fans was very nice. And I think the fans have truly decided like Pedro Martins is going to be the coach this season. So this talk of Pedro's not good enough, Pedro's blah, blah, blah. And I know some people have been disappointed with things and decisions like we've come on the podcast, we've said it, but there's no better option at this point. And I think everyone with half a brain understands that. And Pedro Martins has the backing of the fans. It's nice for the players to understand that as well. The players can't be like, screw this guy, he's going to get fired. Like, no, Pedro Martins has the backing of the fans. A lot of you players do not have the backing of the fans. So another interesting point I thought I'd bring up as well.
Well, Labro, I think the loudest the fans got all day, at least from my perspective of watching the game, it wasn't any of the goals. It wasn't the Pedro Martins chant, but I think the loudest I maybe heard them all day was around the 76th minute when Martins made a change and brought on Avram Papadopoulos.
Stop it.
The stadium was electric.
The stadium ignited into fire.
Tremors shook as Avram came on the pitch.
Who came off? Someone came off and there was actually massive cheers. I remember.
I think Masouras came off, I think, in that same iteration of subs,
yes.
And they were
okay.
And he got his cheers because
this was so funny because Masouras was coming off and everyone was like, Masouras is back, huge cheers. And then the announcer goes, Ronnie Lopez. And then it's like, like the whole stadium just shut up. It was like, everyone was like, nope. Like Ronnie Lopez was like, give me some love too, like raising his hands. It's like, Yorgos Masouras, like, ah. And then it's like, for Ronnie Lopez. It's like, like the whole stadium just like, like you could hear like some guy parking in the parking lot. Just like,
my days. Well, yeah, it was a fun game. So it's like these games, it's either like I watch them and I just want to, I can't be asked to watch anymore and I want to cry and I'm like, I can't believe I sat here and watched this. Or it's just like we just take the piss out of the entire game and it's just like very unserious. Like
it was a
like,
fun game.
So and so is the GOAT. Like
tonight was a fun game. But on a serious note, it's like such an important game. Like if there wasn't, to be
we have
honest with you,
Asteras and then we have Fenerbahce. We
Yeah.
have Asteras away at the weekend. So like
Asteras are tragic, so we really need to get 3 points against. They haven't scored yet this season. I don't know if you noticed that.
Tacos, you gonna come up in here and say anything about that?
The one Asteras fan, literally village people.
Last year was the year for Europe for them, and now it's out.
They're in trouble. They're in trouble. But I don't know. It's good. I actually like that we're going on the road this weekend. I think is it Saturday night or Sunday night? It's Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, I should say. Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I kind of like going on the road. It's easier to play these Greek teams at home. Go on the road, play a tough game against Asteras, and then I feel like you go to Turkey against Fenerbahce, and you're just like, screw it, let's roll. So I think this was a really important win. Also, real quick shout out to Karbovnik, who came on. Fantastic.
It was nice to see him on the left.
Yeah, I really enjoy Karbovnik. Cheers from San Francisco. Oh, San Francisco.
Lambros.
I have some love for the
special
North Bay.
place in your heart, San
Sausalito,
Francisco, baby.
Larkspur, California. Good times.
Oh, man.
Muir Beach. Stand up. But anyway, Karbovnik, the assist was great on his left foot. This kid is so. I wish we could just buy him right now. I have a good.
It's
feeling
so nice to
him.
have a fullback who can play both sides, even if he is probably going to be on the right a lot. Because Androutsos, I think today was a bit uninspiring for the most part, and Lala, we don't know what the deal is with him.
Lala, I have no idea. I don't even know what the deal is with Kenny Lala. We'll just have to see. The thing is,
he posted. I sent this to you. He posted that thing on his Instagram, like, look at the new third kit, and I was like thinking in my head, like, you're not going to be wearing that kit very much. I'm sorry, Kenny. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here.
Kenny Lala is in trouble, and I don't know if they made up this stomach problem or he really just like ate the worst food in his life and has been sick for a week. I have no idea.
He like had spanakopita and it just didn't sit well.
He went to like Venetti, who everyone are Athenian. I think it's Athenian. Followers will know the like chain bakery. They're like their pies are terrible, makes everyone sick.
It's like I want the local cuisine.
Venetti. The owner of Venetti is the owner of Apollon. I think that's why they're kitted out with their stuff. But like that place is so mediocre. But anyway, I do not want to roast the bakery, the chain. It's not my favorite. But anyway, so Karbovnik I really like. Thought he played well. I think he has to play it right back against Fener.
That's the thing, right? Like it's it's nice to have him as depth on the left side, but also he kind of has to play. He has to start on the right most of the time.
Androutsos, anyway. I don't really. Also, Androutsos, I thought should have got a penalty there. Like he nutmegged that guy and he just stuck his backside out.
The officials were tragic today. Apollon easily should have had another goal, and they were just like, oh, I didn't see anything. Like we can't overturn it. And then Androutsos like
the punch of the Apollon player, and they didn't give a penalty. Like I was just laughing. I was like, in what country is that not?
It's so nice to like once again to like sort of know it like doesn't really affect the game that much because we were up 4-1 already. We had just scored a goal and like there were like 5 minutes left, and I was just like, bro, that's sad. That so should have been a goal. Like what a joke. But
also I'm enjoying the making fun of Panathinaikos, so I want to highlight. Actually, this is a tweet from Fetanos, who may be here.
Fetanos is
quoting the Panathinaikos result. Quote from a Panathinaikos fan: "We will compete for the league." End quote. Quote: Panathinaikos had better summer signings than Olympiakos. End quote. People who said that are like so stupid. God. Like even though we started slow this season, Thomas Vaclik is worth like more than anyone on Panathinaikos. Like let's be real about it. So anyway,
they got Kotsiras. Like
yeah.
Kunde,
he's so mediocre.
Kunde, like,
people were hyping this guy up just because he plays for like a nothing team and no one ever watched him. So like, this Kotsiras is decent. Like he's tragic.
I feel like Olympiakos is where it's at. He's like the new Kotsiras. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
Kunde is better than their entire team. Let's go, boys.
Yeah,
Kunde.
I agree.
Kunde,
I agree.
Brain.
Kunde is. He played 90 minutes today. I think that was the first time he's played 90 minutes.
I'm starting to really like. I'm so glad he got the full game today. Like, he's such a player. This guy just can run all day long. He's an absolute tank. Like, he plays a good ball. He had a nice corner today.
Yeah, the corner he was great on corners. That's another thing I want to bring up.
He's got the set piece. Like, it was interesting because like we had no Valbuena. Like, all of our usual set piece takers were out today. So like Rusai took some, Bouchalakis took some, Kunde took some. But like, yeah, man, I love Kunde. Like, I need him to be in the team a lot more. Obviously, we have Mvila and Madi, but Kunde's such a top player. Like, really good for this team.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Who is he dropping? Mari Camara, Jan and
I think you just rotate. Maybe in like
you have to rotate. I agree. But like against Fener, can we finally see that 4-3-3, whatever it is, with Kunde, Camara, and Villa, or just Kunde in there? Maybe. Like, also Jan and Villa has a knock. I think. I don't know if he's.
I don't know. I have no idea if he's going to be back for Fenerbahce, so that may factor in. But either way,
yeah.
Like, I mean, we have a lot of depth in central midfield. Like, I think we basically thought we were going to sell Madi, right? So we have all these players like Solis. I think Solis is also like honestly a very good player and deserves
in the Thiago Silva role. It's so nice to see him play.
That's a goddamn
but like, you know what I mean? Like in the
playing time perspective,
not in the way he plays, but like,
yeah.
Instead of seeing freaking 31-year-old Thiago Silva go out there and do nothing and like no hope of anything, it's like, oh, Solis is playing those minutes. Perfect for me. Another note is Avram coming on tonight. I really didn't love that.
Markovic
also. Markovic should be playing over Ba at this point for me. Like, why is Ba even back? After that red card against Ludogorets, like, Ba should have been cast away to an island like Semedo was, but nothing. He gave away. We have to talk
about Ba. Like, guys, I've been a fan of Ba for a long time, ever since he was a young, fragile child who would, like, I always thought he looked like a little deer, like Bambi when he was like first coming up with the team. He looked so nervous and like so skinny, and like he really grew into an amazing defender in 2019. And then he just got his head he just got a big head, and he made those comments like, "I'm ready for the Premier League." Like, mate, I'm sorry, but like what you did today is like English League One quality, not Premier League. Like, you've got a long way to go. And I understand, like, you know, the whole like getting sent off thing. I can understand sometimes your emotions get the better of you, but like from a mentality perspective, it's starting to really piss me off with Ba. He made a mistake for the first goal, and he you know, kind of made a mistake for what would have been the second goal if the referees chose to allow it. So I was upset with Ba today. I think Cisse did you know, a good job, but Ba, I you know, was not very happy with him.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was I think there's some trouble with him. I just don't get it. Like, Markovic keeps his head down, works, played well, never said a word. Seems like a great player. I want to highlight a few quotes too from Martins said after the game. He said, I'm not going to speak just about technique, but also about tactics. Kunde was fantastic today, specifically the second half. That was his best game who he played for Olympiakos. He's improved massively. He showed all of that in the second half. For Masouras, he said he's just a fantastic worker. He's a great player. We love him. And we like having him in the team. He always gives us what's it called? Like how would you say consistency, where it's like things don't change. How do I forget the word in English, Peter? Like consistency, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to help you very much here with the translating.
I don't know. That happens sometimes. Anyway, but I like these comments, and basically he said that he was asked about the fans giving him love, and he says, I do my best, and I hope what we're doing the fans like. What a top guy.
Nice.
It
nice
seems
comments.
like
Love to see
the
that.
comments post game after Lamia were a bit concerning, but then he had like another interview with Vasilis, who you did the interview with Costa, and it seems like he really kind of had a nice comments then. So I don't know, Pedro Martins, it seems like hopefully this is the start of good things, because it seems like the rest of the league is falling apart as well. So.
Dude, Adi sent and told us that Apollon have sacked their manager.
Are you serious?
That's what Adi said.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but like
their
maybe
manager,
anyone in the
their
chat
team
can
is
confirm. Like
their team is miserable. Like Bruno Alves.
I don't
like,
think it's the manager's fault. You have like 55-year-old Bruno Alves, like the Portuguese Lucas.
They've been
Pietra
eating like
in
way
defense.
too much the Venetti, like freaking mediocre spanakopita, theoropita. They're not doing.
They're
too
on the
good.
souvlaki diet, you might say.
But like Bruno Alves, like there was like a moment where he played a nice pass. I was like, God damn, that's that Bruno Alves I remember. And then I was like, wait, no, he's like just 40 years old. He can barely move.
He looked like borderline wrinkly on the pitch. Like we have to
he's
say.
so old. It's mad. Again, I was sitting there and I like sent a picture of my friend. And he's like, what are you doing? And I was like watching the game, and Bruno Alves was like taken. He was just like, is that fucking Bruno Alves? How old is he? I was like, yeah, he's 40 years old.
What a top signing for Apollon. Getting the big names in. You love to see it from the like
man.
It's always amazing when like big players are just like, I'm signing for Panathinaikos FC.
Unreal.
Or like oh my goodness.
Unreal.
Yeah, Lambro, I think I mentioned it at the beginning, but like I need to talk about Henry Onyekuru for a second here, man. Like he's done it again. A disaster class. Number 7, 5 million euros, and he's just doing nothing. As like it's incredibly upsetting for me. I cannot believe we've made this signing. What a horrible piece of transfer business. We've been absolutely robbed. I don't know if there's much else to say, because maybe we all know this already, but early front runner for coat of the season for me when we do our awards show at the end of the year. Lambro, what are your thoughts on Henry Onyekuru?
Oh man, I have a lot of words for Henry Onyekuru.
Mr. Haircut. The new Fortunis
Mr.
taking
Haircut.
Fortunis' number for no reason. Should
Taking
be wearing
Fortunis'
number like
number.
62, not number 7.
Exactly. I don't know what to say about this guy. What I will say is that I think we should wait for the game against Fener to judge something about him, because I really think, as Adi said in that deep dive he did, like, oh, there's going to be when there's spaces on the counterattack, he's a great player, blah, blah, blah. Is he even that fast? I really want to talk about this as well.
He was getting
he's not fast.
The
He's not
bang
that
average
fast.
Apollon players were catching up to him. I swear to God. Like he looked to me like he was running as hard as he could. And the random Greek Apollon players who like have never played at like another club in their lives were just like tracking him down and winning the ball. Like, yeah, I was thinking like, geez, he's. And absolutely nothing in build up. Like he's maybe useful when we're like we're parking the bus against like a big European team, maybe, but like it's just so goddamn frustrating to watch him in these games. Like does absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out, good French friend watching. She has told me that I forgot my English because I've been doing too much practice on my French, which is true.
How's the French coming along? Can you give us a little
French,
something? If you say French for the camera, if you say a full sentence in French for the camera, I'll say a full sentence in Greek for the camera.
Je suis Lambros, j'ai 23 ans, j'ai habité à Genève. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's coming along. It's coming along.
It's coming along,
Right.
God damn it.
I'll do some Greek.
All you need to do is un grand bière, s'il vous plaît. Mech.
Oh,
That's
God.
it. That's all you need.
Goodness me. Levan. Look, there you go. Beautiful pronunciation, Lambro. Beautiful.
There we go. Working on it. Henry Onyekuru needs to work on his Greek pronunciation because that's the only thing going to keep him in the country.
He needs he can say Moleme Henry, ime ena parto, ime ena
true.
megalo parto.
That is so true. Beautiful words.
Ta prasina Maria. Is that
Maya? Beautiful.
Maria.
Your Greek is better than my French.
Let's go Duolingo, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming through. They literally
I'm on Bobble, so
Bobble doesn't have Greek, I think. But anyway.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. I saw that.
Yeah, I looked. I had considered that, but they don't have it. But anyway,
people watching this podcast are listening, are like, "What the hell are these idiots talking about?" Like, we want to hear about how shit Henry Onyekuru is.
People love it. The people love it.
The people. They're all
no, literally, like everyone who's like, "Miriste Elinika." I'm like, this is for you.
Ne.
Simera.
Simera.
Anyway.
Okay. So shall we do a quick coaching grade and a man?
Yeah. Man of the match coaching grade. Man of the match has to, I think, be Tiquinho, but like Kunde is up on the he's up there as well. With this comment from Olympiakos FC fan club of California. Onyekuru pronounces his name Henri, like Thierry Henry. They're basically the same player, you might say.
I love that. Olympiakos FC fan club of California. I kind of want to know where in San Francisco you're at. They say
send Lambro a DM. Send Lambro a DM on Twitter.
You got to hit up Sausalito. They've got great views of the city. But anyway.
But yeah, for me, man of the match is Tiquinho. 2 great goals. His second was brilliant to put us up 3-0, or maybe it was 3-1 at the time. I think it was 3-0. Kunde with an honorable mention for the award. Oh, Lambro, you have your answer there in the comments for where they're coming from.
Beautiful. Enjoy.
Martins. I'm pretty happy with Martins today. I will say there are definitely some play. Like we talked about Onyekuru, I didn't really love today. Androutsos, I think, could see more from. I'm upset with. Agibu as well. I love Agibu. I'm glad he's on our team, but maybe he's just a bit tired. Maybe could see a bit more from him, but I don't think we have a lot of other options at the position right now. So I'm not going to be too critical of Martins today. I wish, as much as I respect Avram, I wish Markovic could play in those minutes instead, personally. So, maybe he gets a slight dock for that. So I'll say like an A- for Martins, but I can't think of very much that he did wrong today. We played very good football. We had a couple sloppy moments on the part of certain individuals in the team, which is hard to blame on the manager. So he scores well today. What about you, Labro?
Yeah, I'm going to go man of the match tonight with Tiquinho. What a great performance. I was getting DMs about it. People were really hyped up about it. I'm excited about it. Great game from Tiquinho tonight. Another shout out to Kunde. Thought he was great. Also, just Kabovnik coming on. I thought he was really good. I really rate this guy. I really, really, really like him. This is actually a really good point from Alex. Thanks for dropping this. Guys, I was in Kariskakis today. Onyekuru was tactically good. I think if you see him live, you'll appreciate him more. This is a real thing. When you go to a game, you appreciate players' performance just so much. Just to give you not even an Olympiakos example, I go sometimes to the Servette games, the local team here in Geneva, and they have Gael Clichy, the former Arsenal and Manchester City player. And when he is so much tactically more astute than any of the other players, like on the Servette team or any of the other Swiss teams. Like, he knows where to be, his body, blah, blah, blah. So that's a really good point. I'm really waiting to see how he does against Fenerbahce, because isn't that he loves scoring against them as well.
He did well against them in Turkey. Yeah. Look, guys, I mean, I can't speak on that. I can't agree or deny, but I'm just going to say the agenda continues, because he shouldn't be wearing Fortunis's number 7, and he shouldn't have got his hair dyed green. And
the dye green was a big point, but he's learned.
Anyway,
when he dyes his hair red, and scores against PAOK and Tumba, I'm gonna be okay with it. Okay, just dye your goddamn hair. Red,
dye it
mate.
red. But yeah, so that's. Did you give a coaching grade, Labro?
Yeah, I'm gonna go A+. Screw it, Pedro.
Perfect score.
Mazisu, Mekritotelos. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm as frustrated sometimes as Coach Martins makes me. I'm saying I'm with him till the end. Like, he's got my full support. The fans in Kariskaki, I agree with them.
We're sure as hell not getting anyone better. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry
let's
for
roll
all
with-
the Valverde dreamers out there. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think it's happening.
So he can frustrate us. We can complain, but when the team steps out there, we're for him. We're together with him. I'm giving it an A+ just because. Screw it. I'm trying to support the team, and I think they need it at the moment.
Big shout out to the fans. We do have people that are. We have Adoratos Lamnon crowd chanting Martin's name was a popular verdict. Did we comment on it? We did chat about it a little bit, but it's definitely worth mentioning again.
We're for it.
Huge shout out to the fans.
There, I would have been.
We got another comment earlier saying people stayed after the game to continue chanting his name. I believe I saw that in the comments. Beautiful. We really, we are fully behind the fans, and we're so happy that Martin's got that recognition. He deserves it. He's our coach for this year, as we've said, and hopefully this is the start of better things. We go to Tripoli on the weekend, and then we have the big European game against Fenerbahce. If we get a result there, we might just be able to forget about the slow start that we've had to the season. So
also, Peter,
yes,
moving forward, some of the listeners should know me and Costa and I will be at the stadium for Frankfurt, hopefully, and for Antwerp. So if any of you guys are going, we will also be there. We'd love to meet all of you.
Let's go.
If you're going, so drop us a DM. Meet and greet, Gate 7 International meet and greet.
Lambros going full ultra, traveling to two away fixtures.
2 away
massive
days.
Scenes. That's like almost the whole group. I mean, you're just not going to Turkey, so
exactly. We're not allowed to go to Turkey, rightfully so, because I would get killed probably for being an idiot. But
no comment. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, Lambro, I'm very jealous you get to go out there. As Lambro said, if any of you guys are going to be at the game, you want to chat up with Lambro and Costa, maybe grab a beer. That might be a possibility. Don't want to speak for you, but anyway, folks, thanks so much. We're going to end it a bit short, just a quick one today, but we did want to see what people are thinking about the game. It was a fun game. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube as well. If you enjoyed, share with your friends, folks. We want to, keep pumping up the numbers, keep reaching as many Olympiakos supporters as we can. Leave a like, leave a comment in the comments as well. It helps us get our voice out. Make sure to share with your friends as well if you enjoyed. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We will be back on Sunday, I guess, Labro, after the Asteras game at some point. We're going to chat about the game.
Yes, indeed. So, and then next week, we'll also have an individual preview for Fenerbahce. We'll be bringing in someone from Turkey, or we actually have a good friend who's an analyst of Turkish football, so we may just bring him in. So we'll see.
There we go. We'll have a lot of content coming up for these European ties. Big games coming up, people. Hopefully this is the turning point today. Have a great rest of your week. We will see you very soon.
You just listened to an episode of the Gate 7 International Podcast, a podcast connecting Olympiakos fans from Brussels to Tokyo, from Toronto to Geneva. We are 4 Olympiakos fans from every corner of the world, bringing you news and interviews of the team you love in English. With new episodes twice a week, you will never miss out on the latest updates and stories of the team you love. If you liked what you heard, make sure to follow us on social media at Gate7INTL, give us a subscribe on YouTube, or even leave a review on all our podcast channels. Until next time, this is our team, our city and our story. Θρύλος είσαι, στο μυαλό κάτι μαγικό.